Hey, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and I'm coming to you today with another Pokemon Showdown live, this time in the OU tier. We're going to be using a pretty fun looking team featuring Diggersby and Mega Pinsir. I found this team on the Smogon forums, and I will go ahead and post a link in the description for you guys to go check out. You can get all of the sets and more details about the team. I did not create it, but the creator does provide some thoughts on the team building process in the thread. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right on into a battle. And we do fortunately get a game right away. So, kind of a scary looking team here. We got Coffergrigus for the possibility of Toxic Spikes. Whimsicott's always annoying to deal with. And then obviously he's got some pretty major offensive threats in Scizor and Garchomp. So, in terms of possible lead, I think Garchomp's probably the most likely. If he's going to lead with Garchomp, then we can maybe lead Keldeo. Yeah, Keldeo's also going to match up pretty well against Coffergrigus. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so it leads up with Coffergrigus. So, this thing could go for either T-Spikes or possibly for a Will-O-Wisp. I don't particularly care about this thing getting Will-O-Wisped. I'm just going to go for a Hydro Pump, and we miss. So, off to a pretty fantastic start, obviously. So with me clicking Hydro Pump, I think the Vaporeon's pretty obvious for a switch in here. So if that's the case, I think I'm switching to Lottie. There goes to Tentacruel. That's fine too. There's no reason for us not to click Psyshock then. That doesn't do a lot. I always forget if this thing is more especially bulky, or if it's more physically defensive. So yeah, it's very, very physically defensive. So if that's the case, what is a Latias gonna do with the Draco Meteor against it? So that Psyshock did 29. Draco's not going to kill, but it should do a ton. I think it's worth it. And a Hex is only going to do 40% max. Alright, so it does just straight up Oko. That's fine with me. Now, the only thing that's going to stink is if now he brings in Scizor, and it's a Pursuit Scizor. Then I'm probably going to end up going down. Goes for Whimsicott. So, Stun Spore is a pretty possible move here. I think I'm going to go into Heatran. Goes for Sub. Interesting. I'm going to try for a Lava Plume here. Does kill, or kill the Sub rather. So do we think he has something like Protect? Okay, so it's just out into Tentacruel. Okay. Before we get too far into this video, I did want to bring up one thing. So Orange League Week 6 video was supposed to go up today, but unfortunately for the Nevada Noiverns, there is no battle. Unfortunately, we could not schedule a time to play against our opponent, the Portland City Blazekins. I made multiple efforts to arrange a match with our opponent, but did not get any feedback from him as to when we can play. So I don't think that match is going to end up happening, so I do apologize. That's probably going to end up being a forfeit in our favor, 3-0. So that will be the first victory for me as the new coach of the Nevada Noiverns. Kind of stinks that it's in that fashion, but I don't think there's a whole lot that we can really do about it. So thank you guys for understanding. For Week 7, we'll be up against the Bhutan Beedrills, I think is how you say it. And I am hoping that we can get that match scheduled up this week and uploaded this upcoming weekend. Pretty excited for that. So I don't really have a lot that wants to switch into this here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go Lottie. Goes for Knockoff. Good play. So the Psyshock here is really obvious. So he could go into Scizor to tank the Psyshock. I know that Tentacruels are pretty specially bulky, so I don't really want to go for Draco, but I think I'm going to. Yeah, holy crap, that did nothing. He's fully specially defensive. But it's looking like we can live one more. I wish we had gone for Psyshock. Now the question is, do we go for... Yeah, the Psyshock's gonna kill, so let's go for it. It'd be nice to get off the Healing Wish on something that can't do anything back to us. Now he can bring in Scizor and go for Bullet Punch. Goes for this. So he could go into Heatran again. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, cool. And so he could go for a sub. So I'm just gonna Lava Plume. Nothing really wants to come in on the Lava Plume. Alright, so that doesn't take a lot. There was, of course, the chance of burn, but I think he just had to risk it. Now, obviously, we can't really stay in here on this. I think I go into Lottie and either sack it or dodge the Earthquake and then get off a Healing Wish, bring in Keldeo. Yep. And he quits. So, that's kind of unfortunate. But, what are you gonna do? A win is a win, as they say. So this team's kind of interesting. I did play with it a little bit before starting up the match, starting up the video. The team actually, the original team in the thread was a little bit different than what this is in front of us here. It originally had Landorus T instead of Heatran, and it had Azumarill instead of Keldeo. I didn't realize that he had made updates to the team until I looked further into the thread. But we were pretty weak to... Well, we're still pretty weak to Excadrill. We were pretty weak before. Our only real switch in was to bring in the Landorus, but now we don't even have that. So Keldeo also can do okay against Excadrill, but you pretty much end up having to sacrifice all your HP on it in order to take out Excadrill. But I think this team makes it a little bit better overall. It takes on Talonflame a little bit better. Specs Keldeo can do some good work, just breaking walls. And then you've got, obviously, I'll look for another battle while I'm talking. It's good for breaking down walls that Pinsir and Diggersby can then clean up with their priority moves. They both have quick attack. So got an interesting team here. Where's my rank? I don't think I'm, low. 1363, that's not super high, but it's not super low either, I guess. But curious team with Gastrodon. Gastrodon's actually kind of an issue because I don't have any grass coverage anywhere on this team. So I think I'm going to have to try and poison it with Heatran. It's really all I can do to it. The Cacturne and the Hitmonlee are also pretty interesting. If he leads with something like Hitmonlee, then Pinsir's going to be a pretty good option. Yeah, I kind of don't hate the idea of leading with Pinsir. It's just going to stink if he leads with something like Thundurus. Let's see what happens. So he leads with Hitmonlee. This is what I thought was going to happen. So Quick Attack does Oko. They always do this. They think that they're... they think that they can boost their speed and then sweep you 6-0 with the Hitmonlee. And if he swaps out right after this, yeah, so he swaps out, but now he's burned his normal gem just so he could get off 20% on my Pinsir. So I'm not really excited about getting paralyzed on my Heatran, but I don't think I can switch into anything else. Goes for T-Bolt, doesn't do a ton, so that's good. So we could go for Stealth Rock here. I do want to go for that, but in case he switches into something like Gastrodon, I do want to try and get off the Toxic. It goes into Hitmonlee, and I missed the Toxic. Cool. So now what do I switch into? The high jump kick is incoming. I kind of want to go into Lottie, but Lottie also checks the Thundurus and potential Zard Y pretty well. It's hard to say whether it's Zard X or Zard Y, but he does have the Scissor on there to potentially be a Pursuit Trapper. Goes for knockoff, good play. Okay, well we take care of that, but unfortunately we sacrifice our Lottie in order to kill a Hitmonlee. So that kind of sucks, but I don't think we had another play. We really don't have... Like, Pinsir is our fighting resist and Latias, but otherwise we're pretty vulnerable to fighting types with this team. So I'm still not sure that this team is really fantastic. I think I'm going to save this for the Healing Wish. I'm expecting a Sucker Punch here. But we can come in later once our team gets a little bit more weakened and we can Healing Wish something back up on the Gastrodon or on the Cacturn or even on his unboosted Charizard. So I think we go into Pinsir here. He goes for SD. So I don't think... Even so, I don't think that Cacturn is going to do great against a super effective... Close combat, or excuse me, quick attack does 103.2. So the only thing that's going to stink is if he has... the only thing that's going to stink is if he has Focus Sash. But we don't really have a choice. Instead, we just get to continue to weaken this thing. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go into Heatran again. If he predicts that and goes into something like Gastrodon, that's fine. Goes for Nasty Plot. Well, let's try and Lava Plume. Okay, so that did good damage. I do think now I'm going to sack the Lottie. And then I'm going to go into Magnezone and go for Thunderbolt. Goes probably for HP Ice. If he goes into Gastrodon, then good play. Okay. So I could go into Heatran, but you know, if he goes for the Earthquake, I just can't really can't take that. So I kind of want to go into Diggersby. I could go into Pinsir, because it's going to dodge the potential Earthquake or Earth Power at least. And it's going to appreciate Scald a little bit better. Still want the Pinsir for the Cacturn. So let's just go into Diggersby and hope he doesn't Scald. That's my strategy, and he does Scald. At least he doesn't burn. So let's go for a Frustration and get as much damage off as possible. So we'll still have to see if this thing has Pursuit or not. If it has Pursuit, I don't, you know, it stinks that I lose Diggersby. He doesn't have it. U-turns, good play. Probably gonna go into Gastrodon. Does go into Gastrodon. No, there's not anything I can do to this with Mag. This Gastrodon's a problem. I'm just gonna go for Secret Sword. Hope that he's not fully physically defensive. Whoa, okay, so he's not physically defensive at all. Okay. I mean, it helps that I'm Specs, right? It wouldn't do nearly that much if I wasn't Specs. This still might... Yeah, I was supposed to say, it might still kill. So lucky for me, you know, I'm over here worried about... You know, so even a Sucker Punch isn't gonna kill me here. You know, I'm worried about countering some of these Pokemon. So he does have Sash. So I think here I'm gonna SD. He's gonna probably try and Sucker Punch or something. Or even if he Seeds Bomb, Seed Bombs, it doesn't really bother me. If he Drain Punches, it doesn't really bother me. If he Swords Dances, it doesn't really bother me. So I think this has a pretty good shot of taking it at one hit. Wow, that's close. Will-O-Wisp. That's fine. I still outspeed. So I'm still going to click return. Is a Bullet Punch going to kill me here? Bullet Punch will... It's got a chance to kill. Okay, cool. Now we've eliminated this threat. It's probably going to go into Gastrodon and recover now. So let's go to Heatran. So we'll see if we can't Toxic. Alright, so we do hit that time. It's going to kill with Earth Power, that's fine. This is going to end up being close. So how much is... So return... It's going to do like 35%. How much health does Diggersby have? Wow, we live. Was not expecting to live. So I think we've got a good chance to win this now. Because I can come with Diggersby and click Quick Attack, and it's no problem. Alright, well, good game then. That's excellent. It's another victory. GG, friend. Alright, let's see if we can't do one more battle here. And then I think we'll call it a day. Got a pretty cool team with probably the scariest wall breaker in OU with Kyurem Black, and probably the best stall breaker in OU with Mew. Two really great revenge killers, Alakazam and Talonflame. Really great special attacker in Gengar. And a Heatran for probably Stealth Rocks. And to wall all the birds and all of the fairy types that the rest of the team can't really handle. So, what are his potential leads? It could be Heatran to get up the Stealth Rocks. I suppose Mew can also get up Stealth Rocks. But I see it more as like a Defogger with Will-O-Wisp. And maybe Knockoff. And Soft Boiled. Could lead Keldeo. He doesn't have a great answer to Keldeo unless he leads with Alakazam. So let's try that. He leads with Talonflame. Okay. Not a great play. So let's do the really obvious switch into Heatran. Alright, so he's maybe banded? There's not a whole ton of sets that run U-turn nowadays. Could be something like SD. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Natural gift is possible. Okay. So, not that any team has a really great answer to Alakazam, but I certainly don't have one. So, let's see how much is the Focus Blast going to do. Focus Blast is going to do 66%. Lava Plume's going to do something like 25. So yeah, we definitely don't have a great answer. But I would like to save this for the Talonflame, for the Mew. So I'm thinking I go into Pinsir. It's Megazam. Should have seen that coming too. But yeah, so we can threaten it out with a quick attack. How much is that gonna do? Quick attack's gonna do like 70%. So I think we kind of need just to try and get the damage off, and if he kills us, we go into Diggersby and follow up with our own, with another quick attack. That did less than I expected. Why did it do less than I expected? Oh, it's because I'm on regular Alakazam, and it's a Mega Alakazam. Yeah, so unfortunately that was pretty close to a mid-roll, but what are you gonna do? So I still think a Focus Blast is gonna take out Magnezone. Psychic is gonna take out Keldeo. What's a Shadow Ball gonna do to a Latias? Shadow Ball is gonna do 54%. So I think we go into this and pray that Draco hits. He does have a Heatran to potentially switch in on this. Okay, so that looks about right, and we take out the Alakazam. Cool, so that was a huge threat. We didn't really have a great answer to that on our team. But I do want to try and save this, I think. Because Healing Wish is could potentially be really nice. I think here, let's go into Keldeo. Stealth Rock, that's fine. So what is his switch in here? I don't think Kieran really wants to take 2 Hydros. Is a Scald going to kill a Heatran potentially? Scald kills, so Scald's really free. Okay, Scald doesn't kill. Why doesn't it kill? I feel like I've been making all sorts of errors in my calcs today. That was especially to defensive Heatran that I calced against. I guess it wasn't max, but even if I do max, it says I should do 105%. I am Specs, right? I am Specs. Anyway, this is an opportunity for me to get up my own Stealth Rocks. Alright, very good. Do I Earthquake? You know, it's so obvious. He's got a bunch of great switch-ins. But if he switches into Gengar, it's not like I can hit it with anything else. Yeah, we click Earthquake. If he swaps out, then good play. So now what do we swap into? I think I'd like to keep Magnezone for Kyurem if possible. It also does decently against Talonflame. It doesn't do great. I'd like to keep Heatran for Talonflame if possible. I think we go into Lottie. Seg it off to a Sludge Wave or a Focus Blast. Yep. There we go. So let's go into mag and click T-Way or T-Bolt. The other thing we can do is Volt Switch. How much is that going to do to Gengar? Neither of them are going to kill. Alright, but he does swap, so very good, very good. We killed the Heatran. Don't know if crit mattered or not. Doesn't really matter to me. Oh, but now this is tough because he can bring in a lot of things. You know, he has all the momentum right here. I can't go Keldeo because that invites in Talonflame. I guess Heatran invites in the Kyurem. Diggersby invites in the Gengar. Yep. So now we can go into Mag, and if he doesn't Focus Blast... No, I don't want to go into Mag, because if he Focus Blast and hits, then I'm screwed. I really need the Mag for the rest of the team, so I think we go to Heatran here. Yep, that's fine. Just softening up the Gengar. Alright, and he misses, so that's nice. Cool, so the Gengar goes down now on the next hit. That really sucks for my opponent. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. See if he taunts us. He goes for Defog. So I'm honestly just going to keep on... If he clicks Taunt, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on clicking Stealth Rocks until I die. And he forfeits. Okay. Let's do one more, because that didn't really end on too much of an exciting note. Okay. Cool team. Cool team. Could lead with Skarm, potentially. He doesn't really have anything that can outspeed me unless he has something like Choice Scarf Heracross. I think Mag's pretty good here. Goes for Celebi. That's fine. I doubt this thing is Scarf, so let's just Volt Switch. He's probably going to U-turn if we're being honest. But in any event, we're going to go into Heatran. Recover. Alright, that's fine too. It's Stealth Rock. T-Wave, okay. I'm glad I went into this and not anything else, because I don't really care about... Oh, darn it, why didn't I see that coming? I was just so focused on the paralysis. Still probably doesn't have anything to hit me, though. So we go into Lottie here, and we go into Keldeo. Let's go into Keldeo, he doesn't have a switch in. That does a lot. I don't think Celebi has any chance of getting to it KO'd. Ooh, sorry, wrong set. Let's see, let's say he's specially defensive. Whoops. 252 with Calm. I mean, Hydro Pump still does like 35%. So no reason not to click it. Does go into Celebi. 28. Let's just go into Heatran again. And then he's going to go into his own Heatran, and this time I'm going to double into Keldeo. He goes for cover. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Icy Wind doesn't do a lot. I don't really want to get Thunder Waved. Yeah, let me just, I don't particularly care for whatever these guys are crying about. So let's go back into Heatran. So interesting, so he's got Earth Power. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these rocks, they're really beginning to annoy me. I think I'm just gonna drop a Draco, otherwise this Selby's gonna be annoying me forever. And I'm thinking he's gonna recover. So, now let's try this. So, he's not gonna outspeed me, because he's pretty bulky. That still did a lot. That's pretty nice. Switching to Mag might be really obvious, but I bet he's gonna... I don't know. He's too busy laughing over there. Maybe he won't see the obvious play. You know, because he could double into something like Heracross or Heatran. Whirlwind. Alright. Fine. It's really obnoxious, but what are you gonna do? Do we think he has Giga Drain? He hasn't shown any of his other moves. He must have Giga Drain. He could be Nasty Plot Giga Drain, Nasty Plot Baton Pass. I'm gonna ignore this guy too. Because if he goes for Thunder Wave, now it's not gonna do anything. Goes into Heracross. Do we think this is Scarf Heracross? If it is, we don't really have an answer. I mean, Pinsir's gonna quad resist. Assuming he goes for close combat. Goes for sub. Okay. So now he's gonna Rock Blast and kill my Scissor, or my Pinsir. So, assuming I sack Pinsir here, what do I do afterwards? Lottie's gonna die to Pin Missile. Heatran's gonna die to close combat. I can go to Keldeo and hope it kills. I think that's my strategy. Would the better thing to do be go for Frustration? I don't know. This just got a lot tougher. Diggersby. Return does 82. But that's with an adamant major. Jolly does 75. He's got 76, so that's still a roll. Keldeo. Yeah, Scald should kill. These calcs have been weird all day, though, so we'll have to see. Yeah, no, I don't really have a Celebi answer. Alright, so it does have Giga Drain. Okay. So nothing we can do about that. Do we Flash Cannon just to get off more damage? These are going to do the same amount of damage. Let's just Volt Switch. It's just going to recover. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that this was what I was signing up for. So you know that his Heatran has Earth Power. Let's see how much this Psyshock does. Not a ton. What kind of weird set is this? Ancient Power, Earth Power, Stealth Rock? And he gets the boosts. Nice. Now he's gonna kill me with any move that he goes for. Yeah, that Draco didn't even do any damage. Yeah, so I don't know if this is offensive or what it is. Is my Diggersby gonna be able to do anything to this? It can live one hit. That's fine. It's really tempting to go out into Mag, but he's just gonna Whirlwind again. It's gonna defog. Ugh, I should have gone into Mag. What's the Celebi at? It's at full. This is absurd. I'm never gonna get it in. So he can Giga Drain me. It's gonna do a lot, though. I'm gonna return, do like 50%. Then he's gonna heal for like 25%. I'm gonna SD. Alright, so this should kill. Wow. That's damage. But now I lose my only other my only other checked Celebi. I lose my Heatran counter. This is an awful game. He's Shed Shell Scarm. Shed Shell Scarm. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm giving up. And I didn't even get any damage off. I didn't get any damage off on the Celebi. Well, I'm going to try and finish this out here, but I'm basically giving up. This guy's team is just too tough for me to break. And that's fine. So, go into your Heatran. That's fine. Go for the Earth Power. Doesn't even kill me. So what the heck does this move set? He doesn't have enough investment to kill me? Well, good game, my friend. You have a pretty unbeatable team, I suppose. Not a lot I can do. So, thank you for that match. And thank you guys for sticking around through that pretty painful battle there. But overall, we went 3-1 with this team on this session, so I'm pretty proud of that. And we'll be coming back sometime again this week with another 1 or 2 Showdown lives. And as I mentioned before, no Orange League today, but very hopeful that we will get Orange League up next weekend. So please check back to my channel for all of that, all of those videos that are coming out this week. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.